Hello, happy Tuesday. So this was recorded sometime yesterday, and I decided that I actually like the build and that I actually want to do something on this. So we have Pate here. They wanted an internet cafe, and I kind of struggled figuring out what I wanted to do for this build because I didn't really have an idea, and they were just kind of there. And I was like, I might as well do some kind of happy home paradise thing. And then I also got Bam as well, who literally ran up to me and was like, "Oh my god, you need to see my house. Actually, I don't have one. You need to make me one and then I can show you." So I did do his house and I didn't really do a lot. I just kind of like did a little bit and then finished. But one thing that I found is that like my Ava speed build was supposed to be like a Eunice speed build. And then I was like, this house would actually look really cute for Ava. So I switched it out. And then I did a little bit of Bam's house, and I was like, this house would look really cute with somebody not Bam. So I ended up making it Pate's house and a little bit of a twist. So it kind of has similar vibes and like beach vibes and like blues and whatnot. I mean, it doesn't really keep the blue theme too much, but you know, there's like some pastel-y colors in there. And I don't know, I wanted to give it more of like a Starbucks vibe, you know, rather than some kind of like gaming thing, because she wanted a internet cafe, so. But I actually have been to a gaming, something similar to this. It's like some kind of gaming, like restaurant thing. And honestly, it was kind of lackluster. It was just kind of like uninteresting. So I didn't want to give off those vibes. I wanted to give off like 3 p.m. Starbucks vibes instead. So that's what I went for. So, as y'all can see, aimlessly throwing the ironwood set around because I didn't really know what to do for this build. I struggled a little bit. The kitchen ends up staying there, but I kind of struggled trying to figure out what I wanted the walls to look like, and I wanted like what kind of set and whatnot. But I did want to try to use the ironwood set a little bit because I have seen it in all the Animal Crossing trailers and it always looks amazing. And I haven't really used it at all on anything, like not on my island, not in any kind of happy home thing. And it's such like a cool set, and I know it's not like underrated or anything, but I just really wanted to use it for something, so that's what I ended up doing. But I don't understand why people like when they're building their houses like just throw everything out and then try to organize it. Like to me that just seems so like unorganized, and it's like how do you even function with like doing that? So I don't really do that in a lot of my builds. I just kind of like individually find items and then place them and then move them, which probably isn't the most time efficient way to do it, but it's fine. Sorry, I should not be putting this many voiceovers in because some people want to hear the music, which is made by Demongummies. Please go check them out because it's probably the best music for Animal Crossing speed builds. So thank you. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I started experimenting a lot here because I didn't really know what to do. So I ended up changing some wall stuff around. Some of it stays, some of it doesn't. The partition walls end up staying on that side, even though I switched them like once or twice. And the outdoor window view thing, whatever you want to call it, ends up staying. The kitchen stays where it is and everything. But it does get switched around just a little bit to try things out, but that's its kind of end location. So that's kind of how everything is laid out at the end in case anybody's following this and is probably confused like I am. So this is where I start trying to add in some tables, and I realized that one of my biggest weaknesses when creating restaurants in any game is trying to figure out where the tables go, because you want to have places to walk, but then you also want to make it look like the tables belong there, but then you also want to make sure that everything looks nice and is accessible and you can get around easy while still making sure that the space is all filled up and nice, which is by far one of my greatest weaknesses. And I ended up caving in and just putting them like that and being really disappointing about it and not doing anything interesting. So, this is why I will never own a restaurant. But anyway, moving on. I actually have really enjoyed the process of filming videos and then recording voiceovers and then posting them and kind of just keeping track of them in general. Like, it's so exciting for me to like see if like one of my videos gets like a view or something, which I know isn't big in the grand scheme of things, but like honestly, I don't even care. It's just so I think it's so fun to like realize that like, oh my gosh, even if this person probably misclicked on my video, they still at least watched a millisecond of it. And honestly, it's kind of exciting in that sense. And I think this is something that like I want to work on because obviously these videos aren't perfect or whatever, and I'm aware of that. And the thumbnails are fairly lackluster since I use Photoshop and then I used the built-in one and then I used another built-in one to get the thumbnail size right. It's a process, and I haven't even picked out a name yet for this channel, which is why I haven't said subscribe or I don't know, like subscribe to here or like or hello, welcome back to this channel or like any kind of profile pictures or anything like that because I just don't know and I kind of just want to take my time with it. But I ended up getting a capture card probably a couple weeks ago by now, but I think I talked about this in one of my videos already that isn't out yet. But yeah, I've just really been enjoying filming and trying to figure out new stuff because let me tell you, the first time that you try to make a thumbnail or the first time that you try to use the green screen on Harv's Island or the first time that you try to figure out how to upload something without getting copyright striked, which is terrifying by the way, is kind of a lot. But anyway, back to less of an emotional tangent. This is when I start to add the internet into the internet cafe, and I mean, as y'all can see, gotta bring back the Nintendo Switch that has literally been in I think all of my builds so far. I think Ava had one too. So yeah, I gotta add in the Nintendo Switch. I put in the laptop. I throw a camera in there somewhere, but I think I ended up, yeah, there's the camera. It's in the little corner there. I ended up getting rid of that at the end, but yeah, I mean, I just kind of start throwing stuff in, and this is kind of when I start the process of trying to figure out where everything goes and just finalizing stuff. So, I didn't really want to explain what I was doing to the rugs and whatnot because I think y'all can see what a rug is. So, I just kind of messed around with some rugs a little bit to try to make the room feel a little bit more, enclosed and tight and comfortable. But let me just say, if you are ever struggling and you feel like a space is too big or something like that, add some ceiling and some wall decorations. I promise you, it will fix the issue so quickly. And I feel like more people need to start adding ceiling and wall decorations to their builds because it will drastically change the way that you look at it. So please do that. I added in a couple different lights. I kind of wanted to go for, something that's a little bit more like indie, like some kind of indie cafe or something. I don't know. So that's what I did. I just added in, some like minor things that kind of make it look a little bit more industrial. And then in a hot minute, I add in the thing. I don't know what that's called. The bird thing that's not a bird. And then I add in some drapery things. Yeah, drapery. And those always look nice in any build, so would recommend adding those in just kind of wherever. Like if you have an empty space and you feel like you need to add something in, then just do it and it'll look so much fuller and so much better. And now I just go in and start polishing things. So what I've learned as far as polishing goes is that if you have something electric, make it like have like little like sparks on it or something. It will make it look, I don't know, just add like more of like a vibe to it, kind of just showing a little bit more realistic, just like, oh yeah, that's a piece of technology if you can't see that. And then we get to the outside. The outside, I love. I love the outside so much. It actually inspires me to do something like this on my own island, and I definitely want to. And I didn't have any issue only being able to use palm trees. Although the fences are a little bit of an issue at first, but I ended up figuring that out. And yeah, I'm gonna let this explain itself. And yeah, I will come back. But I tried to do, some boardwalk vibes. So, part of the time I'm trying to figure out, do I need to include a voiceover here or do I not need to include a voiceover here? And control the urge to talk every 5 minutes because some people are thinking people, and actually, I would say that a lot of people can figure out what is going on in this video without me having to explain it 1,000 times. But anyway, oh my god, I love this boardwalk so much. It's so freaking cool, and I know it's not the grandest thing that Happy Home Paradise has to offer in any way. I have seen so many cooler things on Reddit or Twitter or wherever that have completely blown this out of the water, and this would be some kind of clownery thing. But I just love the boardwalk aesthetic so much. Like Consulcato? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The potato YouTuber. Yeah, I freaking love that coral, what's the word I'm looking for? Coastal vibe that she did for a coastal Christmas, and it was so cool. And I would love to do a theme like that, but I know that I am nowhere near as creative to pull off something like that. But I still love just the way this ended up looking, and I love the way that it all kind of feels immersive without being super duper invasive, there's stuff everywhere here. But I love the yacht. I love all the lights. I love the lighthouse in the back. I'm obsessed with the little light on the front. But yeah, I love that build, and now we are going to get in to the tour of all of it if you haven't already seen it. So first of all, I just wanted to say that our friend here, I forgot their name already. Their name was Pate. I figured it out. I had to look back through the footage, but I figured out it was Pate. And anyway, yeah, so I'm just finishing up here. I switched out the chair because apparently they wanted a different chair, which is okay, I guess I don't really care. But yeah, it looks a little bit worse. I went in, added some chatter effects, to make sure that you can hear everything okay. And no, just add some vibes in. And then, yeah, we did the tour. Honestly, it's okay. It's okay. It's a good internet cafe. I think the inside is definitely to be improved upon by people, because I know there are a bunch of people out there that can make some insane cafes, but overall I thought it would add some inspiration for people, get people going and either extend on or create something completely different. But as far as the outside is definitely a different story. I love the outside, love the boardwalk vibes. But anyway, happy weekday.